Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Legion Talk, episode number 54. Now, what we're going to be taking a look at is Kamala Harris warns of national impact if Gavin Newsom is recalled. That's right, the wonderful Kamala Harris, who we trust with absolutely everything. I mean, this is from Deadline. Apparently, she can go to California to speak on Gavin Newsom's behalf, but it took her like 6 months to go to the southern border, and that's still not fixed. And I don't know, it took her like a week to make a comment about Afghanistan. But hey, what do I know? This is from Ted Johnson from Deadline. Vice President Kamala Harris warned of a national impact if Gavin Newsom is recalled as the state's governor next Tuesday. Why? Because it might get better? Just saying. It might get better. Even framing the race within the larger context of the battle for voting rights and abortion rights. Yes, absolutely. I'm so tired of politicians. I never thought that at my age I could be so tired of politics because they all suck. They all suck. What's happening in Texas? What's happening in Georgia? What's happening around our country with these policies that are about attacking a women's rights, reproductive rights, voting rights, workers' rights? What about the southern border, you dumb motherfucker? What about the hundreds of Americans that are still trapped in Afghanistan, you moron? Literally, she gets up there and she gets asked a question. She goes, just like... God, she is probably one of the most unlikable people in the history of politics. Alongside Hillary Clinton. What's happening in Texas? What's happening in Georgia? No, really? Oh, I already read that. Sorry. She said at a rally in San Leandro, California. They think if they can win in California, they can do this anywhere. It's a voter's constitutional right to recall. So you're phrasing it as like, we don't want it to, what about voter rights? It's the voters, here, let me say it. It's the voters' right to recall Gavin Newsom's punk mother fraggle rockin' butt. Of course, she doesn't believe in actual rights for anybody. She just believes in her own personal power and, she put a lot of young black men in jail for for the marijuana, even though she admitted that she smoked some marijuana as a DA. That's a state law enforcement officer. Oops. Well, we will show them. You are not going to get this done. Not here ever. Yeah. Well, yet again, the state would probably get better, but we don't want to talk about that. Harris flew from Washington to her home state for what was just a short visit to campaign with Newsom. She couldn't be bothered to go to the border, but she went to California, which is a dredge hole. Yeah, They don't even like her in California. I mean, this isn't. I don't know if this is going to help, because she's horribly unlikable, but I'm sure it probably will, because there are people in California who seem to drastically pick the wrong political party for the last, 4 decades. Who is enlisting a number of political stars to help him counter the efforts to oust him. Yeah. Political stars. Okay. Newsom's campaign plans to debut an ad on Wednesday featuring Barack Obama, while President Joe Biden is expected to campaign for him on Monday, the day before the election. Yeah, they're going to drag Joe Biden out of the basement, away from his ice cream, where he can't be bothered to rescue, or let those, people, individual private Americans go in there and save the couple hundred Americans still trapped behind. I don't know, maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 to 400, whatever. I think the last count I saw off the top of my head was like 411. what are you going to do? Some of them are school children from California. Interesting. So they care about California, California people, but Joe Biden won't let California children get rescued? Hey, most popular president in history? Yeah, not. Rather than swing for undecided voters, Newsom's campaign has put an emphasis on boosting turnout, often by warning of the impact that one of his potential Republican replacements, Larry Elder, who would have in a heavily blue state. Harris's speech was just about around 10 minutes. She probably cackled like 32 times in the middle of it. But the Newsom campaign is counting on heavy media coverage as another reminder for Californians to turn in their ballots, which were mailed to all registered voters because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So you did the thing again. You did the thing again because COVID. I'm sorry, the coof. I'm not monetized. Whatever. Screw you, Susan. Makoof. So they were mailed to all registered voters. Okay. Harris said that Newsom has become a target because of his support for workers' rights and labor unions. Look, I've had a labor union job. Look, I understand that it protects the good employees in a good way, but it also has a tendency to protect a few bad apples. Look, I get that. It's also good if you have medical issues, which, something that I'm not going to go into detail with. I've experienced certain medical issues, mental disorders and stuff like that, and I still suffer for them now. So, I get that. But at the same time, you're not protecting labor unions and workers' rights because your state is closed down again. You are the biggest load of fraud one of the biggest loads of fraud in the country to this point. Probably behind Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, and somewhere standing next to Cuomo and, what's the dumbass from New York? Crap. De Blasio. You mean you can get free fries when you get vaccinated? I got vaccinated. And I got these delicious fries. You mean there's a burger element to this deal? Clown. They wouldn't be trying to recall him, but for the fact that he was always good for reproductive rights, she said. Yeah, okay. Newsom and his campaign have highlighted Texas' new abortion law in their warnings of ousting him. Look, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I don't think the federal state government should be in medical issues of this sort. I think the American Medical Association should have a panel of doctors that use their best expertise to decide what and where that is appropriate, because there's a time where I can see that's probably appropriate, and there's a time where I definitely don't see it's appropriate. And some of these weirdos that I'm talking about have talked about, abortion, schmortions up to, the delivery date. That's psycho. That's psycho. Even though if Elder were to win the governorship, he would face Democrat supermajorities in the legislature. Larry Elder's campaign has said that he does not intend to change California's law. But an anti-abortion activist tweeted last week that he had made pledges on issues such as rolling back funding and appointing judges. An anti-abortion activist? Did we fact check this person? No? Or do we just bleh? Yeah, we just vomited the references out. Man, this is some dry crap. Harris referred to the new clip that has drawn attention of Texas Governor Greg Abbott and said that what he says just arrogantly dismissed concerns about rape survivors. Yeah, yet again, it goes back to the forced non-consent. Abbott was asked about Texans non-consent law and why it didn't make exceptions for cases of non-consent forcefully and apparently sleeping with those closest to you and your family. Texas will work tirelessly to make sure that how many cases of this really are there? Seriously, look, I've worked with people as former U.S. Army military police. 16-year-old girl, she had someone force themselves upon her. Awful, absolutely awful. Caught the animal. Cool. Excellent. She was lucky, but she was traumatized. It's awful. But you know what? This is not the mass majority of people. For those it does happen to, I'm absolutely 100% in support of. They should not have to deal with that burden. Absolutely. But this is a vast minority. Texas will work tirelessly to make sure that we eliminate all bad predators from the streets of Texas by aggressively going out and arresting them and prosecuting them and getting them off the streets, Abbott said. Yeah, because, continued policing is actually a good thing. Newsom said that he supported defunding the police and he wouldn't speak out against Antifa, but you know what? That's neither here nor there, because even though there are bad people in every profession and, the majority of police officers are good people who want to make a difference, the majority of Antifa members just want to loot, pillage, and burn things down. But hey, peaceful protests, peaceful. To speak those words were empty words that were false words. We're going to move on. This is crazy. USA Today, voter fraud claims create circus-like atmosphere. Stir California recall of Gavin Newsom. I'm going to breeze through this. Former President Donald Trump, Fox News, Tommy Lahren, and the leading Republican candidate to replace Newsom, Larry Elder, have raised the prospect this week of voter fraud playing a role if Newsom comes out victorious in the September 14th election. Well, if they're sending out voter ballots to every registered voter without them requesting them, I have an issue with that. You know why? Because people move. They don't update their voter registration information. If I'm a registered voter and I want to vote from home, then I don't want somebody to send it to me. I want to request it and say, hey, I ended up moving. My bad. I live here now. Will you send it to here, please? Instead of sending it to the old address to where I don't live. And then what if somebody's like going, there are people who do illegal things all the time. And they go, whoa, there's a ballot here for Joe Schmo. Well, I don't like Larry Elder, so I'm going to fill out Joe Schmo's application for, and yes, of course, you can say that Piper, I know, he's such a good boy. Look, it raises questions. The last article said it, that they were mailed out to registered voters. I have a problem with that. I do. I have a serious problem with that. Also, lovingly, Larry Elder leaves campaign event at homeless encampment after egg thrown at him. Yes. These are the tolerant left right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to go breaking. An egg fly narrowly missed the back of the recall candidate Larry Elder's head after it was thrown by an activist wearing a gorilla mask. A gorilla mask against a black man. Oh, super tolerant, dudes. A scuffle broke out, and the candidate was escorted into an SUV successfully. This is disgusting. It's disgusting. He's a human being. Yeah, I know. Yes, he is. This is Mr. Popo's. He does. He needs attention when I'm doing stuff. Usually when I'm eating and on the camera. Okay, you gotta go. He has no business down here. Sarah Duke, a homeless pregnant woman who lives in the encampment, because he was seeing homeless people in that encampment, because, yeah, the streets of most major California cities are overrun with homeless to a horrendous degree. Told the Times just after Elder left the area, if you ain't going to help us, move on. Who's in charge now? Who's in charge now? It's not Larry Elder. It's Gavin Newsom. Oh, and then, of course, you got to love Gavin Newsom because he is so in touch with the people. I'm going to leave it on this because it's clown world, dude. He came out to Tupac. He came out, who are you pandering to? You think people are stupid? They do. They think you're stupid. You know that, right? People in California who continually vote for this guy and nothing changes. He thinks you're stupid. Kamala Harris thinks you're stupid. Joe Biden thinks you're stupid. Barack Obama, the most amazing president in the history of the United States, thinks you're stupid because he cut a campaign for Newsom. I got nothing, folks. If you vote for this moron who has literally wrecked California, much like the previous governors of California for the last 40 years, who have all been on the blue side. Look, I'm not saying the red side is innocent in all this, but guess what? Y'all really haven't tried any red side in 4 years. How's that working out for you? Homeless on the streets, people leaving in droves, Californians leaving in droves to go to Texas. California is locked down again. This is insane. If you vote for this guy, you get what you deserve. I'm sorry, you do. And if you're leaving California, leave your bullshit politics there, because we don't want you in Texas or Florida or anywhere that's open. We don't want you. Don't come down here and fuck it up. Stay there, you pieces of trash. Hope you enjoyed this video, and the inhuman decency of these clowns is just ridiculous, and you keep voting for them. I don't get it. See ya.